I got rejected 100 times, but I didn't stop. Every no I heard built the life I have today. They said no, until they couldn't ignore me. I had a dream. Not the kind people celebrate. Not the kind that gets applause. The kind people look at, and quietly dismiss. I remember telling people what I wanted to build. The vision I had. The life I saw in my mind. And most of them didn't say anything directly, but I could see it in their eyes. Doubt. Confusion. Sometimes even pity. To them, it sounded unrealistic. Too big. Too far from where I was standing. I didn't have the background, the connections, or the proof to make it believable. And that's the hardest part about having a vision early. You see something no one else can see yet. So you sound crazy. I was starting from nothing. No resources. No network. No experience. Just an idea and a belief that refused to go away. And honestly, there were moments I questioned it too. Am I aiming too high? Is this even possible for someone like me? But every time doubt crept in, something deeper pushed back. Because even though no one believed in it, I did. And sometimes, that's all you have. The first no didn't seem like a big deal. I expected it. I walked in confident, presented my idea, explained my vision, and waited. They listened. They nodded. Then they said no. Politely. Professionally. But clearly. At first, I brushed it off. It's just one rejection. I told myself I would try again. Maybe the next person would see what I saw. Maybe I just needed a better pitch. A better approach. So I adjusted. Improved. Tried again. Another no. Then another. Still, I stayed optimistic. Because at that stage, rejection feels temporary. You believe your moment is just around the corner. You believe the right person just hasn't seen you yet. And that belief keeps you going. But what I didn't realize was this. That first no was just the beginning. It didn't stop. The rejections kept coming. Different people. Different places. Same answer. No. Some were polite. Some were blunt. Some didn't even respond. And slowly, it stopped feeling like coincidence. It started feeling like a pattern. I began to notice the reactions. The hesitation. The doubt. The subtle dismissal. And with every rejection, something inside me shifted. At first, I was confident. Then I became determined. Then, I became tired. Because rejection doesn't just block opportunities. It wears you down. It makes you question everything. Your idea. Your approach. Yourself. And after enough no's, you start wondering if they're all seeing something you're not. Doubt doesn't hit all at once. It creeps in quietly. At first, it's just a thought. Maybe this isn't working. Then it grows. Maybe I'm not good enough. And before you realize it, it becomes a belief. I started second-guessing everything. Every decision. Every move. Every conversation. I replayed my failures in my head, over and over again. What did I do wrong? What am I missing? Why is this not working? And the hardest part? There was no clear answer. Just silence, and more rejection. There was a moment. I almost stopped. Not out of anger. Not out of frustration. But out of exhaustion. I was tired. Tired of trying and getting nothing back. Tired of hoping and being disappointed. Tired of showing up, just to hear no again. Rejection had drained me. Not physically, but mentally. Because every no wasn't just an answer, it felt like a judgment. A judgment on my ideas. On my effort. On me. And one night, I sat alone, staring at everything I had tried, and everything that hadn't worked. And for the first time, I asked myself a dangerous question. What if they're right? What if this dream isn't real? What if I've been wasting my time? What if I'm not built for this? That thought. It hit harder than every rejection combined. Because when doubt comes from others, you can fight it. But when it comes from within, it feels like the truth. And in that moment, quitting didn't feel like failure. It felt like relief. No more pressure. No more disappointment. No more trying. Just peace. But deep down, there was something still resisting. Something that refused to let go. And that small voice inside me whispered, if you stop now, you'll never know. That voice changed everything. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. But it was enough. Because I realized something in that moment. If I quit now, every rejection wins. Every doubt becomes truth. Every person who didn't believe in me becomes right. And I couldn't accept that. Not because I was strong, but because I had come too far to walk away with nothing. So I made a decision. Not a decision to succeed. Not a promise that everything would work. Just a simple decision. I will not stop. And that shift was powerful. Because instead of focusing on results, I focused on endurance. I stopped asking, when will it happen? And started asking, how long can I keep going? That mindset removed pressure. It removed fear. It gave me something I had been missing for a long time. Freedom to continue. And once I made that decision, something inside me settled. I wasn't chasing validation anymore. I wasn't trying to prove anything to anyone. I was just moving forward. One step at a time. No matter how long it took. That's when everything started to shift. Not externally. Internally. I stopped taking rejection personally. And started studying it. Every no became a lesson. Every failure became data. Instead of feeling attacked, I became curious. What could I have done better? What did I miss? What are they seeing that I'm not? That mindset changed everything. Because now, rejection wasn't the end of the conversation. It was the beginning of improvement. I refined my message. Improved my communication. Understood my audience better. I listened more carefully. Paid attention to details I used to ignore. And slowly, I started getting different reactions. People listened longer. They asked more questions. Some didn't say yes. But they didn't say no immediately either. And that was progress. Because success doesn't happen in one moment. It builds. Quietly. Gradually. Until one day, everything connects. Then it happened. After so many rejections, someone said yes. Just one word. Simple. But powerful. And in that moment, everything changed. Not because that one opportunity solved everything instantly, but because it validated everything I had been fighting for. All the rejection. All the doubt. All the persistence. It meant something. And that's the thing about success people don't understand. It doesn't take 100 yes. It takes one. One opportunity. One believer. One breakthrough. And suddenly, doors start opening. Momentum builds. Confidence returns. Not the fragile confidence I had before, but a deeper, stronger belief. Because this time, I had earned it. And I knew something for sure. If it happened once, it can happen again. Looking back now, I understand something I couldn't see then. Rejection wasn't blocking me. It was building me. Every no forced me to grow, to adapt, to improve, to become someone capable of handling the success I was chasing. Because if I had gotten a yes too early, I wouldn't have been ready. I would have failed anyway. But rejection prepared me. It strengthened me. It shaped me into someone who could not only achieve success, but sustain it. And that's the difference. So if you're watching this right now, and life keeps telling you no, don't take it as rejection. Take it as preparation. Because your yes is coming. Not when you want it, but when you're ready for it. And when it comes, it will make every no worth it. Listen. If there's one thing my story should teach you, it's this. Rejection is not the end. It's preparation. Every no you hear right now is shaping you. Every delay is building you. Every moment you feel like quitting is testing you. So don't run from it. Use it. Direct it. Your action steps start now. Step 1, reframe rejection. Stop seeing rejection as failure. Start seeing it as feedback. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Step 2, improve every day. Don't just try again. Try better. Refine your skills. Sharpen your thinking. Upgrade your approach. Step 3, stay in the game. Most people don't fail because they're not good enough. They fail because they stop. So no matter how hard it gets, stay in the game. Step 4, be ready for your yes. Because it's coming. Not by luck. Not by chance. But because you refuse to quit. Pause, softer tone. One day, the same people who ignored you will ask how you did it. Make sure you have an answer. If this story inspired you, backhand index pointing right, subscribe to this channel right now. Because here, we don't just tell stories. We build mindsets that create results. And if you're serious about your journey, drop this in the comments. I will not stop. Let's see who's really committed. Your yes is closer than you think. Keep going.